Hi, I'm Sierra Krug with WUVA News. After nearly 5 years of renovations on a site in Vinegar Hill, formerly known as Mentor Lodge, downtown Charlottesville is now home to a new exclusive social club called Common House. This highly anticipated, highly priced new community center does not welcome just anyone, as it does require an application, which beckons the question, who exactly is this club hoping to attract and why? The Vinegar Hill neighborhood in which Common House resides has a long and storied history. It was first settled by Irish families in the early 1800s. After the Civil War, African American families started moving in, and by the mid-1900s were the dominant population. In 1960, voters approved a referendum for the redevelopment of the neighborhood, though many community members were prevented from voting due to a poll tax. In 1964, the area was redeveloped and many of the residents were displaced and moved to a public housing development in West Haven. Since then, the redevelopment has been a point of conflict in race relations. City Council has since approved a resolution apologizing for the redevelopment. In 1913, a social club was built for the largely African American population in the neighborhood. It was called Mentor Lodge. Now, the building is the home of Common House. Common House was founded by Josh Rogers, Derek Sieg, and Ben Finsgraff, with the intent to foster inclusive, creative, and intellectual conversation among the Charlottesville community. Based on the founders' fascination with the community center concept in cities like New York and LA, Common House is said to represent a southern counterpart to these hubs of creativity. With an initiation fee ranging from $500 to $1,000, and additional monthly dues of $50 to $225, membership does not exactly come cheap. Though it isn't technically invitation only, the club only sent out 100 invitations to the community when it opened. Founder Derek Sieg told C-ville Weekly that they are trying to build a place that's going to be very inclusive and continue to say that there will probably be a limit to the number of people who can join. None of the organizers of Common House responded to repeated requests for a statement. While quite a few individuals entered and exited the Common House building, none would speak with us. When one group was questioned about their knowledge of this community center, they said they knew little and were not members. They entered the building a few minutes later. We went on to ask some locals what they thought. Do you guys know anything about the new site located right over there called Common House?
Yes.
No, I'm not familiar with it, actually.
We don't know anything about it.
Very little, but I've heard of it.
Well, basically now it's an exclusive club called Common House that costs about $1,000 as a down payment to enter and $150 per month of membership. How does that make you feel?
That's real steep. That's real steep for like a college town, I think. Not because we don't all go to college, but we're all college age, and
Right.
not everybody has that money here.
Yeah, no one's gonna be able to afford that from around here.
I think that's a little too much.
Probably not for me.
It seems pretty high, but I don't know. I mean, I guess there must be people willing to pay it.
Do you see yourselves potentially becoming members or applying?
Probably if I know more about it and get more interested in it. Yeah.
Yeah. If I get more details and stuff like that, I might apply in the future.
Probably not, but
No,
we don't go out very much.
No way. I don't have enough money to afford a club, much less go out generally.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't, but I imagine people from around Charlottesville would really be interested in that. There's some people here that would like that, especially like tourists and things, like people not from here. So.
Well, I don't know much about it, but it's unlikely that I would join a private club or anything like that. I'm not that kind of person.
And lastly, do you feel that a community center like this would represent your community well or gather a certain group of people?
I don't know that it represents Charlottesville, the community as a whole. It seems kind of exclusive due to the price range and the applications or whatever you have to fill out. That just seems like it might be exclusive.
From WUVA News, I'm Sierra Krug.